I want to know why you want to do this retreat.
Mm. Well, I'll say everything. I want to do this retreat because I get tired of the structures of the circling schools and these edifices. This is not fucking Oxford, okay? We made this shit up 10 years ago, and the act of making it up. Like, I think with flow and surrender leadership, if it's not being created while it's happening, it's not really the thing. It's like in Tai Chi, we learn the form to let go of the form. So like this kind of way where it's almost like a DNA exchange, like, I want to do it with you because I liked who I was around you. I felt completely unleashed to have all my mind and body present, and not in the kind of like tight asshole monk way, like I was out, I was open, there was touch. It was wonderful. Yeah. That's where I feel really free and where I feel like I have something to share. Yeah. How about you?
Yeah, I was just amused hearing you talk about the way you were around me as if I was doing something and
Uh-huh.
and and sort of crediting me for it because like what well, it was cool to actually meet you and then have this like, oh, here's life force, like just sort of roaming
Mm.
wild. My experience that like, wow, there's a lot of energy here. Wow, there's a lot of sort of, I don't know, like bringing this stuff into life in a way
Yeah.
that feels beautiful and real for me. Like where it's
Uh-huh.
not, yeah, you spoke to sort of the tightness of practice, but where it's more like, no, this is actually practice in life. It's
Right.
it's about people and meeting people and being with
Right.
people in real life. Like that's what I sort of saw in you and got
Right.
attracted to. Um,
Mm.
and and yeah, I like what you say about sort of yeah, these practices are just something we or someone else actually made up. And the question that has been with me for a while is like, well, what are we actually trying to point to?
Mm.
Like the practices are not the end goal. It's
Yes.
it's practice for something. It's the finger
Hmm.
that's pointing at the thing that we want more of in life.
Mm.
And for me, it's yeah, I guess everyone has different words for it. For me, it's something like effortless action or way, like this Taoist
Hmm.
principle. Like how can I embody that more? And for me, circling and surrendered leadership has been really cool for this is somewhere
Hmm.
where I can
Right.
relax a bit more, where I can drop a bit more tension and actually feel more free to move and to play and to live and love and like all the things I actually want to do.
Right.
And yet it's yeah, it's practice for that.
Huh.
And I think that emphasis is really important.
Ah. Yeah, it's like I think the philosophies of, of the talking, it can really make it seem like some kind of virtual thing. And I'm like, it's not virtual, it's actual. And it's actually tricky to learn how to be attracted to ease. Like if that's never been safe, it's very edgy just to be comfortable. I had people in an immersion in Los Angeles. They were like sleepy after lunch, and I was like, you could take a nap. And they were just like, I can't do that. I wouldn't be able to do that. And I was like, oh, okay, but there's no rule that says you can't take care of yourself. And then five of them just passed out, just like immediately. And then one woman was like, well, that's fucked up. Like, how can they, if they're sleeping, then I can't talk. And I was like, well, why can't you talk? And we just kept going. And it was, it was wonderful just to just to see how it organizes itself based on what we need. You know, it seems so decadent and codependent and enabling from from before, and then once you're in it, you're like, oh, this is just what natural feels like. Yeah,
Yeah, it's a question that has been a lot with me recently. This, what are the rules we bring with us
right,
into the space? Because it comes up so often. Like, what are the rules? Like, what can I do here? And
right,
I like this exploration of like, what are we actually all bringing with us? What are our identifications that we stuck in? And
right,
some of them are overlapping in a way where it becomes culture, and some are clashing in a
right,
way where it becomes conflict.
right,
But this like amalgamation of what are we all taking with us into this space and then get to explore. I think that's
right,
really, yeah, it's just fascinating for me.
right.
Um,
The amount I absorb when that mix comes together, like I always avow, like I really like that we can provide something, like what we are doing is helpful in a way. And I always come back to I do this because it's the continuation of my practice. I love this. Yeah. I love absorbing from people and expressing myself. Yeah. Yeah.
is there like a theme or like what, well, maybe it's better to ask like, what are the themes that are alive in you
Mm.
now? It will likely be changing till May, but
Yeah.
like if we were to do this now, what would be the themes that were present?
What's alive for me right now is replacing the word attention. I've always trusted that like wherever my attention goes, to my wandering mind, to a person across the room, to my body, to trust it. And then now I'm substituting the word comfort for attention. It's like, where's my comfort going? And then noticing when it feels edgy or awkward. And then trying to ask this question, like, what if there was even more? So, like, taking this place where it's like I get some and then I kind of like covet it. And it's like, what if there was even more? And I have to like let go of what I'm coveting to actually just receive even more. Yeah. It's like we're learning how to survive thriving, you know, because we have all the pieces for thriving here now. And I think it's driving some of us mad. Yeah.
What comes up for me when you say that is this the edge of the thank you that often comes up in circles for me. Like people will be in an exploration and it'll be going deep, or there will be excitement, and then at some point it'll be like there'll be like a thank you, and then it's like, oh, was that the ending, or like what did that thank you actually mean?
Ah,
And often it seems to point to like, oh, now something new is opening, or
ah,
like a new layer is dropping off and it's getting scary again, or
right.
so there's something in the, yeah, I like the sort of staying longer and so, oh, it's still happening. Like there's,
right,
actually potential for letting go more here.
right.
Feels cool.
Yeah, and then it's like, we flow. The first picture I think of, like when I think of flow, is like a fish, like kind of flowing through the water. But then there is something about the receiving where it's like I'm so used to their, kind of like somehow they're not being enough. And then to let it keep flowing into me, where it actually is a beautiful edge to just receive more than my capitalist mind can reasonably assume I deserve, you know. This writer I've been following, she talks about how this is like this path of devotion. And like these are the things that it kind of includes. It's like you can just keep receiving. Yeah. Yeah. And there's one more thing it's big for me, and it feels like a cultural, I get nervous, but there's like a cultural way where the other thing I get excited for when I lead these, this is going to be crass, but it's like in the gay world, there's like tops and bottoms. And there's some kind of way where with the patriarchy or the old guard, it's like if you're the facilitator, then you're like the top and like the participants are the bottoms. And I think that's stupid because on like some level, everybody needs to get fucked. And so I like going into these with the mindset that I'm going to absorb more wisdom from the students. Like I'm going to receive from them as a gift to everybody. Like I like when people come in and then they share where they are and I'm like I can just level up right now by taking this wisdom that they're bringing. There's no need for the hierarchy that limits us, from what position we're allowed to be in. I find that people really start letting themselves out more when they realize that they're being received. Not like I'm listening to you, so you'll finally feel heard. It's like, no, you can download your wisdom. Like your cup runneth over, and I will drink it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think the way that looks for me is that I notice a significant difference when I lead from what I would call competence,
Yeah.
and when I lead from actual surrender.
Right, right,
When I'm in competence, it's like I'm really efforting, somewhat efforting to sort of show the best of the practice and to show the nuances and like to show the cool moves and
right,
be precise in my language and all of that. And yeah, and that feels cool. But what I notice is that often it actually leads people to struggle quite a bit and to shut down
right, right.
because they start efforting to do the same or to sort of emulate
Hmm.
that thing.
Right,
When I lean more into like, yeah, what's actually important for me here, and I just bring that sort of as, yeah, this is what I want to do, and this is what's going
right,
on. Then it's like there's a whole different potential for people
right.
to bring themselves in a different way that feels much more, yeah, I don't know, like heart centered is a word. Uh,
Huh.
at least it's different. I notice.
The more I've done, like leaned into that, I've noticed this. I lose the ability to to ask the question, is this going well? Is this a good immersion? it's like I just totally lose my ability to be self-conscious about how it's going. And then I was like, well, that might be the cost. But then afterwards, more people are like, that was amazing. That was amazing. And then I'm like, well, good, because I was in it and I didn't give it I didn't give it a score, but I'm taking your feedback right now as like some kind of proof. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit tangential to this, but it seems related still. It's something I'm a lot with these days is sort of, well, it's awareness, and it's the idea that sort of I can widen in the way I am. And I've experienced that through practice. But
Huh.
it seems that I have new language for it now, that it's something with not being so identified with what's going on or the contraction while
Right.
still being in it.
Hmm.
So it's like the thing I've been considering is like the difference between trigger or sort of hard contraction or
Hmm.
disconnection, whatever we call it, and flow
Hmm.
actually just seems to be how wide my awareness is.
Right.
Like I can be in my contraction and be wide at the same time, and then it actually feels quite flowy. It's like
Right.
I can still move when something new happens. I'm still
Yes.
responsive, as opposed to when I believe that I am the contraction, and then I get
Hmm.
stuck in it and I can't actually do anything from there. And that's something I
Yeah.
really want to explore more. It's like my sense is that through practicing circling and surrender leadership a lot, I've played a lot in sort of the field of how to call it, like personal development, like growing up, cleaning
Hmm.
up. And
Yeah.
there's something with the waking up aspect of like how wide is my awareness actually while I'm doing these things that
Uh-huh.
has maybe grown through practice, but now it feels like I have better language or better understanding in a way where I see it more clearly. That it's like, wow, I
Right.
can be fully immersed and be aware at the same time.
Yes. And there's some way where when the awareness is wide, when we continue the motion, like I feel like a lot of times someone will be stuck and then they'll continue just a little bit, but then they get identified with that. And then it's maybe something that's not super cool sounding. Maybe it's an intrusive cognition that's not generous and there's this way where it's like if we can stay wide, we can see like I love continuing the motion through all the innocence that's like still awkward, that's still um not an expert, but like it's like no, and we can keep going still, and we can keep going still. It's like I think of somatic experiencing, like we take the motion and let it like continue what it wanted to do. It doesn't have to be like so meaningful or so, high stakes. We're just here to be and at times observe that being. Yeah. It's so forgiving. Yeah.
Yeah, and for me, that connects to this sense of when I'm wider, it's like doesn't seem to matter as much that
Right.
I'm having this projection.
Right.
Uh, and I don't spend as much time on making myself wrong for
Right.
whatever it is that's showing up. It's more like this is happening and I can actually share it, and it's okay because it's not me. It's just a part.
Right.
And if I get it out and get it seen, it's like it's not actually me anymore. It's
Right.
in the space, and maybe it's even valuable information for the space that will make something new emerge, and
Right.
then we can play with that.
Mm.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, and then I really want, I'm pretty sure I will want that in May as well. I really want embodiment. I really want bodies
Hmm.
in there. Like I want to be in play and I want to be in touch and I want to sort of, yeah, I've been hosting these cat parties around Scandinavia. And I want that aspect in there as well. That it that is like, well, the quality of the cat or the dharma of the cat seems to be this like, yeah, I'm going to follow my aliveness
Right,
and my sort of fundamental sort of erotic, pleasurable life energy and allow
right,
that to guide me.
right,
And then when I don't want to be in it anymore, I'll move away. And
right,
so it's like aliveness, pleasure, and boundaries, and having that as like that seems so core for me and how to
right,
actually live a good life for me, to welcome
right.
myself in that way.
Yeah, it's like the boundaries is so exciting because I think a lot of times people think of them as like defenses or and it's so interesting how much more like freedom has come from realizing those are actually my boundaries are kind of like gifts of like contact with between me and the world. It's so nice. Like I find myself just falling in love so much more because I understand the appropriateness of boundaries and like how they don't always require me to back up. Sometimes it just means stay still for a second. And yeah, it's been really wonderful. So much love. Yeah.
Yeah, it's yeah, as you know, I've been practicing Tai Chi for many years, and one of
Mhm.
the things that I've taken with me from Tai Chi and into circling and surrender leadership is this sense of the two fundamental moves of it's called Pung and Li, but like
Yeah.
Pung is the boundary energy, and it
Uh,
has this like I'm here, and you can come and meet me there, and I will stay.
right. Yeah.
Um, and the way I see it is actually that it's a yes,
Ah,
it's not a no. It's this is where I want
yeah.
to meet you. So
Right.
for me, it connects to will and like this is what I
Ah,
want to do. And it
right.
seems like when I'm able and capable of presenting myself like that with my like, yeah, hi, this is where I want to be with you. And then the no boundary is rarely required because I'm already in the space. I'm already
Right.
filling up my
Right.
space with this is what I want. Um,
It's like a suggestion so strong that it kind of creates a reality of yes. Yeah. Huh. Hmm. I like feeling into you as you like kind of note that. Yeah, then there is a no boundary. It's somewhere inside, and if it's needed, I'll have it. But this yes boundary doesn't require the no boundaries vigilance, and that vigilance actually gets in the way. Yeah.
yeah, it's like there's something relaxed or potentially relaxed in the I'm already there.
Right.
So it's like for me, the no comes when I'm a little bit collapsed. And then
Hmm.
it's like you come in, but then I have to push you out. But if I'm already at my
Yeah.
sort of in my expansion, then it's like, well, you come and meet me, and then we start dancing,
Right.
and connection can happen, and connection can look in many different ways, but we can move together from there. So it
Right.
doesn't become this yes, no, in and out kind of. It's more of a
Right.
we're out here, we're playing. Yeah.
Well, then I also, what's the other one? The Lee? Talk about Lee.
Uh, it's a following energy. So it's like if I translate it to sort of circling practice, it's listening.
Hmm.
It's like, oh, you want to move in this direction. I can be a yes to that. So it's like
Hmm.
the yielding of like, yes, 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 let's do that.
Yeah.
I'm going to follow, but I'm not going to lose my boundary while doing that. So it's
Huh.
like it's not collapsing. It's
Huh.
not submitting my being in the world to
Huh.
you to make space for you. It's like, no, I want you to fully be here, and I want to be here at the same time.
Huh.
And for me, like that's the edge that I want to be on.
Huh.
Like we can actually both be here fully at the same time and move with what is arising. And then, of course, most of the time, most people, I imagine, definitely I don't manage to do that. I either overforce myself a little bit on the world in my
Hmm.
wanting to be here, wanting to exist, or I collapse a little bit in trying to welcome you.
Hmm.
So yeah, the big question for me is like how to do both at the same time, and that seems to be the edge of effortless action.
Yeah. Yeah. There's just some part of me that's like, it's something about trust, trusting each other. And then it's something about, I can feel the way I collapse is I get lost in sending. It's like I'll be a yes, and then I'll take too much responsibility for whether the yes is understood, received, trusted. So then I'll like extra collapse to like really show that I'm open. And then the thing that happens is it's like they might feel a little safer, but there's some health that's lost because I'm less there. Yeah. We've really practiced that in Austin. It's like just because like if one person's feeling something, maybe it's like got a slouch to it. Like are we slouching because that's how we feel with them or how we what's comfortable for us? Or are we slouching because culture has taught us like you cannot feel good when somebody else feels bad. That's that's violence, you know. And it's like, well, actually, I think as far as I can tell, me feeling good is good for everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, it resembles what I've sort of playfully called not caring
Hmm.
as sort of a high attainment.
Yeah.
That is like, it doesn't actually matter to me what state you're in. It's like I'm still going to be here and be with you
Right.
and show up with you and hopefully be in an expanded state where love is available.
Yeah. Totally.
But like, it doesn't matter if you're angry or if you're crying or if you're bored or whatever.
Right.
It's like I'm just here.
Yeah. My similar edge is noticing that I used to when somebody seemed like upset with the group or with the space, I'd give them more attention. It's like almost like let me help you out while you like find yourself again. And what I've been trying lately is just to like letting ignoring someone be love. Not shunning them, but just oh yeah, my comfort is not moving towards you. And I'm not hurting you by letting it go somewhere else. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's like those old school rules about or that I made up from all the years of circling is like, like you have to pay attention. You have to pay attention. And in general, you should pay attention to the people that are in the most aliveness. You know, there's another one too. Oh, and it's got to be in the present moment. It's got to be so present. And look, no language can ever step out of the present moment. You know, it's so tight. Yeah. I've kind of come to a place where I don't care if anything's said in the present moment as long as the the meanings are felt by the people speaking. Yeah.
Hmm. So where does this leave us with doing an event in May?
Oh my God. Lots of excitement. We're both probably going to change like 70 times between then and now. And just very excited, especially for 4 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel excited and a bit nervous about our interplay and
Mm.
how we show up together. I think it's likely going to be a lot of fun, mostly. Uh, and then there's some kind of nervousness of like, how aligned are we? Like, there's definitely a lot of things that we seem mutually excited about. Uh,
Yeah.
and then it's also very likely that there are some edges where it'll get challenging. Well, right now I feel actually more excited about that as well.
Yeah. I think I'm excited about that because I mean, this is this is an assumption, but I look at misalignment as like the misalignment you're kind of pointing at as like an opportunity. I very much I really don't think it's my destiny to be perfect. And so it's totally fine to me if I'm the one who is we say in English like has egg on his face or is the one who learns. I just there's too much to know to even attempt to be that guy anymore. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's such an exploration for me these
Hmm.
days that seeing how identified I am with competence.
Hmm.
As I said before, that and just seeing that it doesn't come up with you so much, which is
Mm.
surprising. But there is some thing with being with people that are competent in the same arenas as me, and
Hmm.
that can be
Yeah.
quite challenging. Where it's like, ah, do I even exist
Mm.
if I'm not competent here?
All right.
That is, yeah. I just had a talk with a friend yesterday where we were exploring this, and I was like, fuck, this is really vulnerable for me. It's like, and it's real. It's like there's this
Hmm.
realness to my, oh no, maybe I'm not the person I think I am. Maybe I'm like it's such a core self-worth kind of thing.
My tenderness is really up. The projection I have with you is I'm like something like, how many times have we felt competent in our lives and then not felt competent? And then how many times did we look at the competence and like really get struck by asking ourselves, like, am I enjoying this? Like, is trying to be perfect, like actually, like this is my life. Like, and then that other place where I kind of forget to look at myself in that way. I'm just being, and it's the kind of life where I'm not taking a million pictures of myself to like assess how competent I am, but I can definitely testify it was more enjoyable to throw the camera away and then every once in a while someone will say, like that was amazing. I'm like, I'm so glad that you're telling me because I do, it doesn't matter to me that it's worth something to somebody. But I've lost the ability to really invest in this kind of auditing myself to some, I think it's all just to prove I'm lovable. Someone might love me, you know. I'm like, I think I just would rather if maybe this life, all I learn how to do is take sips of love. That's fucking fine. I will just take all the sips. Yeah.
Yeah, I think for me, it's like there is a there is a beauty to it that I like, that there is some kind of devotional quality in it that is like, I
Hmm.
really want to do well in the
Hmm.
world. I want to fucking see a better world when I leave it.
Hmm.
I want to have touched people. I want to have done my best to sort of,
Right.
uh, yeah, just be here and welcome what is there for people and allow that to live in society and
Uh-huh.
hopefully have an impact in some way. Like that,
Right.
that does seem deeply important. And I want that. And then I see the shadow of it that is like, oh, this is where I think that I have value. And
Ah,
I seem to not think that I have value if I'm not doing that.
right.
Um,
So interesting. This little freeze comes over me. There's some kind of counterintuitive sensation in me where I can't go back in time and divorce myself from the rigorous practice. Like, and I'm glad that I know how to meditate and I know how to drop into the present moment and I know how to begin listening. And then there's some way where it almost feels like setting off from shore, not knowing where the other shore is. This is like it really just seemed true that to get to the other side, I have to really like let go of that the beginning. And like maybe it's still there, maybe it's not, maybe I never need that's the scariest thing. What if I never needed any of that rigorous training? Um, but all that's kind of what's being surrendered, you know. I'm that interested that I'm like the only place I haven't looked is what if all of this was like some weird ritual I just thought I had to do to earn love? Like what if it's just right there? I didn't need to, do an ablution or something to to get it. Yeah. The burn taught me that the first step in in beginning to contemplate unconditional love is receiving it. Yeah.
Yeah, there's this interesting. Hmm, no, I want to go somewhere else. It's like there's something that feels touched in me in this picture of going to sea
Hmm.
and not knowing the other side.
Right.
Like many years ago when I started with these practices, I made this stick drawing of a man flying away in a heart-shaped balloon after having let go of sort of the safety line to the ground.
Yeah.
And it has a little bit of that quality of like holding on to a safety line that is like, "Oh, at least I know that these things work."
Right.
Like, so I need that. And then it's like, oh, but I can also drop that and see what happens if I actually surrender, if I actually deeply trust that it is okay. But that feels like a new strategy in some way. That is like
Mhm.
my strategy for most of my life has sort of been pushing from the known into the known unknown,
Mhm.
slowly expanding. Okay, now I can also do this. Now I can also be
Right.
this. Now there's like making more space.
Right.
Um, but there's something with this just being at sea, and it's yeah. Now we're so far out that we don't actually have food to make the way back. So just have to keep going and see what's on the other side.
Yeah. It's something that gets just so touched in me because there's something like I keep trying to try on whatever it is we've been in that that could have been satisfied with control. It's like I see that all the time. Like people find their kind of control of a space and then they just, okay, I made it. I'm just gonna stay here. And then I'm like, okay, so we're similar to them because all humans are similar. And I'm like, how important was love to me if I was willing to give up certainty? And what did that need for love feel like? That basically agitated me enough to be like, okay, I thought this is what I wanted, but it's not. Yeah. It's almost there's like a thing too, like where it's like I got I got what I wanted. I should just shut up and be grateful, But that's like, oh, maybe I'm supposed to get what I want so that just so I can find out what I want next, like, yeah, that's happened so many times. Yeah. I used to want to be like the coach that had like 5 clients a day and I'm like, oh no, I'm the coach that wants 1 client a day. Yeah. I had to figure that out before I could like admit it. Yeah.
Yeah, it gives me a picture of so this ever expanding territory.
Hmm.
Like there's it's not going to stop. It's like there's
Right. Yeah.
no end to it. And there's a lot of places to potentially stop and to be like, okay, now I know how things work. So
hmm
so that this is the end of it somehow, and believing that, and I could definitely see myself having done that over and over again, and then I kind of plateau, and I've been feeling I'm sort of plateaued for a while now, and just these days, like the last 3, 4 months, it's really felt like, whoa, there's a whole new thing opening up. It's
hmm
like,
Yeah.
and all the ideas I have had about what I'm doing and why I'm doing it and what's important and what's real are up in the air in a yeah, in a new way.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some kind of re-enchantment in it, and there's also anxiety again, that I guess was the
hmm
thing I didn't want to be with.
Yeah. What's the do they like do you feel them now, the re-enchantment and the anxiety?
The re-enchantment feels like potential. It's like
Uh-huh.
there's this something, unknown something in front of me that I can move towards, and I don't know what will happen there, but it feels beautiful, and yeah, just there's such a longing connected to it. Like it's like wow, the world is really fucking beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be with more of that beauty. Like I want the experience of seeing the world in beauty in all the ways that I can. Um, then the anxiety is more like it's more like feeling small and scared.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Something with not being good enough, like not mm, well, having to be in some particular way.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, actually, right now it feels all right to be in the smallness, but I know that a lot of the time it's like I don't want to be small. Like I want to be big, and then it's very clear for me that the most profound experiences I've had of just being and just sort of yeah, I get these pictures of just sitting outside and seeing that everything around me is alive, like
Mm-hmm.
actually. So experiencing that everything is alive and happening. And it's so it's so much and so overwhelming and so beautiful. And I feel so small. And it's just magnificent to be in that smallness and with that multitude of happening.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so it's clear for me that the like if I want the beauty, I need to embrace the smallness, and then there's resistance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Feels nice to touch on it. Like I think that
Mm-hmm.
this feels very core to what I actually want to be exploring with people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right now, being with you in the smallness, it feels cozy, I would say. Yeah. I think it's like right after you name it, there's like this just shift in the space where So it's like right after you name it, you seem to accept it, even if it's not like in some kind of expert way, just in a kind of humble way. Yeah. What's interesting though is like when you were talking about the I think you're saying excitement. The first one was excitement. I kept seeing the cat, like a kind of like when it's like stalking. It's something like maybe we should call this immersion stalking smallness.